it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we have another kind of anti-haul. It's kind of like what will I buy or will I buy it type of video. I saw another YouTuber called Too Much Mouth do this video on YouTube and I was thinking that is such a good idea. She basically went through Trend Mood's Instagram page and said whether she would buy it or not and why, and I thought that was such a good video. Also, I haven't done an anti-haul in so long and my last one was so popular you guys asked for another one, so I thought this kind of counts as an anti-haul type of thing. Now I am going to go through Trend Mood, but I'm also going to go through two other pages. I think they're called Makeup World News or something like that, and also FYI Beauty, just because I'm based here in the UK and obviously Trend Mood kind of shows things that are coming out in the USA, whereas FYI Beauty is based here in the UK as well, so they show UK stuff and I think it would be a bit more relatable for my followers and stuff. Now before we start this video, I'm just going to mention I don't have any like personal vendetta against any of the brands that I'm going to mention. I possibly own some products from the brands, but I just might not like this one product that they've decided to release. So don't take it personal, guys. It's banter. This video is for a joke. It's literally not to bash people or brands, because every single product that is developed, a lot of work goes into it. I know, trust me, I've made my own products with Revolution, of course. It is a lot and I would feel very hurt if someone decided to bash my product for no reason at all, especially without trying it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I've gone on to FYI Beauty first, and the first picture she has is the Born This Way Too Faced concealer, and I already grabbed my concealer because I think Cult Beauty had a 24-hour secret release or exclusive release, something like that, and I decided to grab it then, and I love the concealer. The coverage is amazing. It's a good concealer. £24, a little bit pricey, but because you need a small bit and it goes a very long way, I love the concealer. The next thing she has is the Huda Beauty baking powders. So I really did want to try this and I was so close to buying it. I was going to get the shade Kunafa, but I don't know, I feel like I love my Sacha Buttercup Light Setting Powder and I still have two backups of that, so I feel like I want to finish that first before I go spend how much is her baking powders? £28 on another baking powder. So I mean, I might try it at some stage because it's not limited edition, it is a permanent product, so I mean it's not going anywhere. I can try it whenever I'm ready to, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with my Sacha. So I'm just going to leave it at that, but it does look like a nice product. I love the fact that she's come out with a range of shades, like not just the typical one banana and one translucent, you know what I mean? Like she's gone nice and deep and also very fair, so well done Huda. But I didn't like the whole stealing beauty bakery theme, like that's just my personal opinion. I feel like obviously it's called baking, but you could have gone, I don't know, be creative, go a different direction, because everyone associates that form of baking with beauty bakery, so that's why everyone thought it was shady and stuff. But I feel like she's rich enough, she could have gone a different direction or kind of hired someone that has a different direction in mind rather than copying another brand. But personal opinion. So the next thing is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette, and this one is 3 highlighters. Let me move up to the side actually so I could put the pictures in the video. So yeah, the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold Trio palette. Now how much is this? £49 for a palette of 3 highlighters. Now you guys know I am a cheapo at heart. Even if I have the money, I don't feel comfortable spending that type of money knowing I can get the same thing from Revolution for cheaper. Like Revolution do a palette of 8, I think it's called the Pro Glow 2. They do a palette of 8 beautiful stunning highlighters for £8, so that's literally £1 a highlighter. I don't find any reason to buy highlighters so expensive. The only thing I kind of splurge on is like foundation, concealer, even eyeshadow palettes. I'm overspending over a certain amount. Like there's no need for it because Revolution do like £4 eyeshadows and they're really good, so why am I spending 40? Sorry about that guys, my camera overheated, so I decided to turn off 2 of my soft boxes, so it's gotten a bit darker in here because it's boiling hot today. It's like 30 degrees and my camera's just like, no girl, no. So the next product I see is the brand new Anastasia Novena palette. Now for me, the color selection in terms of the mattes, like they're really ashy. There's only one dark shade in here that I could see myself using, and that's called Passion. Maybe even Eccentric, which is the orange in the crease as a transition. But those other 5 matte shades, girl, That's gonna look like ash on me, literally, and I'm not even the darkest person. So this palette I would not say is women of color friendly, which is funny because I actually saw her tweet saying, of course my palette works for darker skin, I wouldn't create it if it doesn't. Now I'm not speaking for every black girl out there, but this palette is not women of color friendly, girl. Maybe like a NC40 skin tone, but not past that. Like, these transitions are just way too light. There's not enough deep colors for you to add some darkness. I love the shimmers in this palette, which is a shame. They've got like a gorgeous shimmery purple, they've got gorgeous copper, a gorgeous gold, a gorgeous pink shimmer. I mean, the shimmers look beautiful and she's chosen really nice shimmers. But the mattes, girl, the mattes are not gonna show up on anyone over NC42. But once again, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not here for the shade selection personally, but I like the packaging because I like purple. It's a really nice packaging, but the shades, not here for it. Some brands I've just kind of written off in my head in terms of buy-in because of price range. Like I told you guys, even if I have the money, which I do, I'm not gonna spend it on something that's ridiculously priced, that I think is ridiculously priced. So for example, Hourglass as a brand, unfortunately, you can still send me a PR, girl, but I'm not gonna be purchasing any of the products myself because it's just too much. Like, I can't justify it to myself. Like I said, the only things I kind of go expensive with sometimes are foundation and concealer, and that is because it's base product. Sometimes they do use better ingredients that make your face appear more smoother. Sometimes they include like skincare stuff to help your skin while you're wearing the foundation. So sometimes I do splurge a bit on foundation and concealer. But powder products in terms of eyeshadow, highlighters, you know, stuff like that, girl, no, you don't have to splurge. You can get like a good £5 palette and you'll get the same look as the Anastasia Soft Glam or whatever the case is, you know what I mean. Okay, so we've come across the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. Now, I was actually so excited for Fenty to drop a eyeshadow palette because eyeshadow palettes are kind of my thing. It's kind of what I like to collect. It's kind of like what I like to, you know, buy and stuff like that. But as soon as I saw the inside and the shade selection, it was so disappointing. Like, it was a letdown. All of the shades look kind of washed out and ashy. They don't look like vibrant, and they'll be the best on women of color. And I don't know, the palette just doesn't give me feelings. Like, it doesn't say like, Tammy, you need this. Tammy girl, spend your coin, get this palette. Like, it just doesn't give me any of that. I feel like I have every single shade in this palette just in different palettes, if you know what I mean, and I don't like that feeling. I feel like this palette would be good, of course, for the everyday girl. Like, you don't have any eyeshadow palettes already, you kind of want to get one palette and it's like a one-stop shop type of thing. You've got your nudes in there, you've got your goldy shimmers, you've got one pop of blue if you want to do like a blue lower lash line. The rest of the palette is overall neutral, so I mean, I could see where they were going with it because most brands tend to stick in that safe neutral ground where it's like, oh, it's a neutral palette but it's got one pop of purple or one pop of blue. No brand rarely goes with like a all blue, green, red, purple, do you know what I mean, like a rainbow palette, and brands rarely ever do that for big launches. So I could see why Fenty went this direction. The palette unfortunately is just a little bit meh for me, but yeah. Okay guys, so I think that is enough for FYI Beauty. We're gonna go on over to Makeup World News. Now, the first picture they have, funny enough, is actually a comparison between the Revolution palette and the new Novena palette from ABH. They're not dupes because Revolution dropped theirs first, but they're very similar in terms of being a purple themed palette, but that's about it. Two palettes from Milani, one called Pure Passion and one called Soft and Sultry. Now, Soft and Sultry is just, no, not for me. The only shade I would possibly use out of that is the black and of course the dark brown next to it, but everything else will just not show up on me. The Pure Passion is a cute palette. I like the shimmers and the dark row of mattes. I really like that, but of course it's warm tone. I like it. But out of the two, I guess I wouldn't mind picking up Pure Passion if I had to. It's not screaming to me, but because it has warm tones, I'm leaning towards it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could pick it up because it's quite affordable as well. Price is still to be confirmed, but Makeup World News guesses it will be around $20. So $20 is about what? Maybe £15? £15. I want the packaging to be luxe, and usually Milani is really good with packaging, like making it gold and stuff. So I wouldn't mind paying £15 for it, but once again, guys, this depends on your collection because me personally, I feel like I have a palette that has all of these shades already. Do you know what I mean? So I would pick it up if I didn't have any other makeup already. This palette from Sample Beauty called the Paradiagram Shift palette, and funny enough, I actually have this palette. They sent it to me and I will be reviewing it very soon. The only thing about this palette, guys, and I will have to double check it in my review, they sent a big long note telling me not to telling me to not expect the same pigmentation as their first palette, because this palette was designed to be mixed and matched type of colors. So some colors are pigmented and some aren't. That was the kind of vibe I got from it. And funny enough, I went to swatch one shade, and the one shade that I went to swatch, like nothing came out, like in terms, no pigment came out on my finger. I even got my boyfriend to like swatch it and no pigment came out. He was like, where is it, you know? But that was one shade, and then I dipped my finger into another shade, I think it was the blue, and it was so pigmented to the point where I was like, whoa, that's a lot. So I will have to try this palette on my eyes, but so far I feel like it is hit and miss with the eyeshadows. Like, I completely understand a palette being designed so you could mix shadows together, but the shadow should still kind of have pigment to work with, right? Let me get the palette and show you what I mean. And don't get me wrong, I love Sample Beauty. All of their pigments are beautiful, and the Cult palette is pigmented and stunning. So this is their new palette, and this is the shade is it this one? I went in to swatch this shade right here, yeah, look. Barely anything, like barely. But then when you go into the blue, look, you get so much pigment. Do you know what I mean? Like, some shadows are hit and then some shadows are like complete miss. So I will have to try this palette out. I was thinking to do a comparison between this palette and the Morphe 35B palette, because I think the Morphe one has been discontinued, so maybe this might be another option. It is a little bit more expensive. I think it's $34.99, so yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than the Morphe one, but let's hope it performs on the eyes, guys, because that one shade really scared me. I was like, the whole palette can't be like this, but it's not. So yeah, I'm on the fence about that palette, but I will definitely have my mind up once I've tried it. So next we have Kylie, and I've never bought anything Kylie, never will, because the shipping, the customs, all of that, unfortunately way too much for me. Unlike Colourpop, sometimes I make the Colourpop splurge, because with Colourpop their products are affordable, their shipping is free over $50 I think, and of course the customs don't come too expensive because the overall order price is not like extortionate expensive. So I'm happy to sometimes order from Colourpop. I'm getting sick of ordering from Colourpop because I hate giving away free money to the customs people. I'm literally just throwing free money at them. But if I was to place any more American orders, it would only be for Colourpop, because everything else is just too like expensive in terms of the product itself, then the shipping, then the customs. Like, once it gets here, I'm already £100 down, so no thanks. So I'm just gonna quickly go on to Trend Mood and pick 2 products to talk about, and then I'm gonna end this video because I am baking and I just want to get this video done so I can take my clothes off. So apparently Alyssa Ashley is collaborating with a brand to make their foundations darker, like, or extend their foundation range. I don't know what she's really doing. She was really kind of cryptic about it in her video, but she basically said she's doing what Jackie did. So I'm very happy for her. Of course, anyone that is working on expanding darker ranges, I'm here for it. I hope it is available in the UK. Like, I hope it's a brand that's available in the UK so I can support, because I definitely will be buying that. So yes, well done, Alyssa. Well, let me not say well done until I've seen the shade, but girl, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. And then last but not least, let's just go with it. We have the Lorac, what is this called? Pro Palette 4. I didn't buy 1, 2, and 3. Why would I need 4? Like, 4 looks even worse than all of them. I would only literally use maybe 4 shades in this palette, and 3 of them are shimmer. The only matte shade I would use is called Black Currant, and it's like a gorgeous magenta-y purple deep color. It looks beautiful. Oh no, I just swiped on the picture, and the second picture looks even worse. It just looks like a all over bad palette. Like, it's literally grey ash, ashy pink, ashy grey, ash black. Do you know what it is, guys? It's not I don't like the palette doesn't like my skin tone. That's what it is, because that's the shade and the tea, girl. That is the tea. I can't do nothing about it. Like, if a palette is not created with my shade range in mind, then I can't buy the palette. Like, I'm not sitting here dissing the palette dissed me first, okay? This is self-defense. Lorac, you're on your 4th Pro palette and you still haven't managed to sway me to at least want one of them. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, this was banter. This was a joke. Everything I said I meant, however, that's not a joke. But don't take it too serious, guys. Like, if you take life too serious, you'll just end up with wrinkles, okay? So just calm down, relax. It's just a video. It's just my opinions. Feel free to have a different opinion. That's how life works, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of these, I was gonna say trash products, but let me know your thoughts on all of these products, and I'll catch you in my next one. Take care. Bye.